No matter what your workflow is, file organization can benefit you at all levels. It is the one universal workflow component that's applicable to everyone. In this video, we'll show you some techniques for file organization and how it pertains to folder directories and file naming. These techniques will help you manage what we call the breadcrumbs of a workflow. What do we mean by breadcrumbs of a workflow? Remember how Hansel and Gretel used breadcrumbs to retrace their path through the forest? Your files and the system you use to organize them can be used in the same way, to retrace your steps you used in your research workflow for all your steps of data collection, aggregation, analysis, and synthesis. We're talking about folder directories and file names, as well as the methods you use to re-find your own files, and how you handle the naming of new files that are updated from older ones, a process called versioning. As you are naming, we recommend being intentional. Think about the files you have on Google Drive, Dropbox, or the My Documents folder on your personal computer. In our digital world, it's fairly easy to keep making and replicating files, and it's also easy to just throw them all on your desktop thinking that you'll have time to organize them later. Somehow, that date in the future never comes, and it's quite possible you're heading for a big digital mess. Have you ever named a document Final, but then had to create another version? I have definitely labeled documents Final. Consider the evolving Final documents when you're naming your files. Instead of the word Final, the date may be more appropriate. We recommend you take some time now to develop a system for how you name and organize your files, folders, and directories in a structured way. What do we mean by structured? The system you develop should be predictable in terms of which folders hold which information. We want to be consistent across projects. The system you choose needs to be understandable and usable by your collaborators. Come to agreements with your collaborators about shared terminology. If you have several interviews in your study, it will probably benefit you to be more descriptive. This example includes the word interview, but also the date and location. Keep in mind that sometimes we are limited in the number of characters that we use. For dates, try to be intentional and consider sorting. For example, we recommend year, month, day, because this will allow for the most effective sorting by date, whether it's newest to oldest or oldest to newest. Here's a visual depiction of what happens when you do not use numerical dates compared to how files sort when you do use numerical dates. Next, if it makes sense to name documents numerically by version, consider that 01 sorts better than 1 because of how our digital tools sort. This is called leading 0. If you do not include a 0 before 1, the 1 and 10 may be sorted near each other. Here's a visual depiction of what happens when you do not use leading 0 compared to how files sort when you do use leading 0. Notice in the left column that number 10 follows number 1. Need help or want more information on managing your files or improving your workflows? Contact Research Support in the College of Liberal Arts Lattice or your subject librarian.